Going live.
Hey, Papa! Yo! Hey, we're live. We're back. We're back. Papa! God damn it. Ah, that's so annoying. What, they can't hear you?
No, I had my OBS on push to talk. They should be able to now, though.
Hey, welcome! Welcome, welcome, welcome!
You guys like my tacos? I like my tacos.
Jesus. Man, that shit is so annoying, dude. Like, my internet company decides to do maintenance at the wrong times. I should tell them to, like, switch their maintenance days. Like, yo, stop fucking with Friday. It hates you. Move on.
Why would
Same
they?
thing with Comcast, man. They're always doing their resetting the router shit right at the wrong time.
Oh, I know. I've had Comcast. That shit is atrocious when it comes to, like, just randomly. They're like, okay, rolling restarts. It's like, well, fuck you too, man. I was playing a video game.
Oh, Cox does that too. Like in the middle of the night, just randomly decides to refresh everybody's internet. It's like, what the hell? It's like, it was working fine before. Like, you didn't need to do that shit.
Yeah, it's not like I was using that, bruh.
Yeah, somebody said that was bitching about Comcast. I guess they have Comcast on their phone. I don't know if you can actually do that. But
I think
it
they're
was like,
they're trying to. Yeah, like when Verizon merged with Sure West or something like that. Yeah, I think Comcast is trying to create a mobile internet thing.
yeah, the guy was like, it's pretty sad. Like, I have an unlimited, no data cap on my phone, but my home internet, you're limiting me to 1 terabyte.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's $50 a month to get no limit too.
Bro, I shit a terabyte. Like, come on. I shit
Yeah,
a terabyte of data. Like, it's ridiculous.
A terabyte for me is gone in a day or two.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I'm the same way. Dude. Like, I'm downloading shit all the time. I'm
Well, yeah,
trying
I mean,
out new
we got
software
3
all
people
the time.
living in my house. You know, my girlfriend likes Netflix. I play a shitload of games.
Yep, I got 4 that live here. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit goes by way quick.
I got 2 4K televisions streaming 4K content. Plus, we have 2 streaming PCs running at all hours of the night, which is Metrox's and mine. Plus, we're on our console all the time, running all at the same time. Like, that's like literally a terabyte. That is like maybe the first hour that I'm of the day. Like, that's just how much we use.
Yep.
Yeah, as soon as I turned mine into unlimited, I downloaded like I think close to 600 games, and I can only imagine like what they're like. Fuck, like I shouldn't have given him unlimited because I completely utilized every bit of their unlimited part.
So is
Cause shit,
Metro
you can
still watching the cast?
Still an
I
audience,
don't
I
know.
think.
We shall find out soon enough.
You can go through. You seriously go through a terabyte. If you download just a few games, like
Oh yeah.
it doesn't take long.
See, Brim, give it time and Cox will come out here. Rajik is not even that far from us and he has Cox. That sounded so
You
true.
got Cox, huh? Rajik, you got Cox?
Loves those cocks.
That sounds like running up Shane's alley.
Nuh-uh.
Deny it all you want, bruh. We know the truth.
It's like we've heard it on the cast many a time.
I mean, we were there when you came out, man.
Yeah, you're forgetting this.
Metro
Alright,
hates
so
Nintendo. What?
Are we running smoothly, Shane?
Let me make sure I haven't dropped frames. Nope, we're good.
Alright, sweet. So, we're back, we're live, and Blue Psycho's a fake stadium! Hortons is not your coffee of choice, sir. You were born around a Starbucks. How you like me now? We discovered last night that he's a fake Canadian. So, we've been
That's
fucking with him
weird.
about it. Yeah, he was born in New York. New York City, baby, right?
Well, you're one of the fucking Yankees.
He was born in New York, but yet says he's a Canadian. Not true, sir. You're an American. I don't know why you would want to be a Canadian.
I know, right? Who
But wait a minute, Blue
changes
had said that
themselves
he
Canadian?
wasn't going to be able to make the cast tonight. So I guess he was able to make it after all.
Oh, that's right. Was he wanting on tonight?
No, he said that he wasn't going to be able to make it because I guess I didn't tell me why. He said that he was going to make sure about tell him to have a happy new year, but apparently he ended up making it.
Ah. It's alright, Blue. We know about your fake news. You are the CNN of Canadians.
So no.
I'm actually more Canadian than you.
Damn.
He's
I'm
like
actually French Canadian and French Canadian.
he's also
Did you say you're
bisexual because
French
his
Canadian?
grandpa was like quarter bi. So my grandpa was gay, so that makes me like a quarter bi, right?
I'm not sure how that's how that works. But
He is too.
well, I mean, it is 2017, so anything's possible.
Oh, good. Metrox just got online. He should come and see my scrolling text.
Okay, that means I've got to close out of this and then open it back up so that way I can see it. Because I have to pause the stream so that
It
way.
just says Metrox63C hates Nintendo.
Thank you for the sub, Chris.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So the Bethesda founder, Christopher Weaver,
Yeah.
came
Isn't
out
that
and
the
said
crippled guy that played Superman?
loot boxes may backfire in the long run
You think?
in an interview with Rolling Stone.
Wait, the long run?
Yep.
I think it actually backfired in the short run. That's it. I mean, Bethesda's not really a loot box company yet. So
Yet.
yeah, they say they're not going to be, but
Wait till the next Doom.
It does not match with the kind of games that they make.
Doom.
no, I mean, Doom would work with loot boxes or Quake.
But yeah, not Skyrim or Fallout
Yeah.
or one of those. Yeah.
That would just be kind of really hard to put loot boxes into Skyrim.
Nuh-uh. You can just beat up monsters and you can poop them out.
Oh, I got told today that we were first of all one of the writers, remember Dean Takahashi, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, one of the other writers at his site said that he tried to they wrote an article saying that the most popular thing in 2017 was gamer rage. And they were a victim of it because of YouTubers and internet trolls that decided to lambaste and harass Dean Takahashi. And he even named Alpha Omega Sin as one of the YouTubers that did this whole fake outrage thing.
Oh, fuck!
Yeah. It's
I don't remember any of his videos involving this.
saying Dean did nothing. The whole reason YouTubers like Alpha Omega Sin.
Huh. Awkward. And has
kinda
Alpha
like
Omega
this.
said anything about this?
I haven't seen Alpha respond. I did tweet at him and say, look, I said this article's about you. Enjoy. And so I actually commented back saying, look, no, he got the feedback because it stands to reason to believe if the reporter cannot handle basic functions in a video game, then the chances are whenever he reviews a more complex game, he's probably not handling those complex controls at all. I was like, you can't skip and screw up basic controls and then understand fully complex controls. It just doesn't work like that. You go from basic to complex, not backwards. And of course, somebody came in and decided, like this guy named Crazy Juan decided to come in and say that that's a bad take on it. Like there was nothing wrong with what he did. Like he doesn't even have to be good at video games or even decent at video games or even play video games to have an opinion on it.
I just
have an
normally
opinion.
just a Twitter comment with that guy.
No, to do reviews.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say have an opinion. That's one thing, but he doesn't just have
No.
an opinion.
Yeah, he does reviews. Like, and I was like, first of all, it's like that would be like me taking you on a trip or up in the air on my little Cessna with basic controls, and like having a whole problem landing and taking off and everything like that. And, hey guys, he can handle a 747, no problem. Like that just doesn't. It doesn't work that way. Like you can't go from a Cessna to a 747 if you can't handle the Cessna. Like
correct. Yeah.
Like you have to be able to go from far-fetched. If you suck at the Cuphead tutorial, chances are The Witcher 3 might be a little bit too hard for you.
Chances are.
It's fucked up that analogy even has to be made.
I know, yeah. I'm like, why the fuck are you even defending this journalist? I was like, and he was actually saying the guy at Polygon, like that was like irrational for the gamers to say that shit about the Polygon person that was shooting health packs in Doom.
The fuck?
But he outraged over a guy writing a fucking review saying that being incorrect about the loot boxes in Forza Motorsport 7. I'm like, what?
But you don't have to buy those.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, but since the guy misrepresented the loot boxes, that's what we should be upset about, not the fact that like Dean Takahashi sucks at games and this Polygon writer sucks at games.
Oh
That should be no concern. I'm like, dude, no. I was like, that's not. I was like, this little article about loot boxes in Forza 7 doesn't do shit. But whenever you see the person that's actively scoring basic games, I was like, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Let me know if your Twitter blows up, Rambo.
Oh, by the way, that
Oh,
reminds
God.
me. There was actually I just saw a really good video by Stefan Molyneux where it was part of his call-in show, and the guy that called in was a PC, I think PC, but it might have just been anything, but a video game developer, and he was going into some of the practices that he's seen in his days during video game development and some of the shit that they're pulling. It's really interesting. So if anybody's interested in that, check it out, because yeah, he goes into some stuff with that.
I'm sure that there's a lot of standards that are not being met during this process. I mean, I've been saying that shit for years. I've always stated that like people should be more wary about the games being developed on PC than they should have to be on console, because on console the standards are enforced, where on PC they're not. To me, I've always stated like, it never made sense to me. The 7600 GTS equivalent on a PS3 handles Crysis better than PCs of that generation, right? Like, and those PCs of that generation were like 5 times more powerful, and yet somehow this PS3 was able to do it better, right? Like, that's what I've always stated. Like, people don't put these things into perspective like that. Like, PC developers are not pushed to any sort of standard or confined space like console developers are, and I think they should be. I think they definitely should be. They should be pushed into a direction of stability, not something where they're like, oh well, this is a bragging point. Look at Call of Duty Ghosts. It requires fucking 8 gigs minimum because of the AI of the fish. Like, that is the most that's like the most Looney Tune bullshit that I've ever heard about in my life.
Yeah, because it's like there's benefits to having a closed system. I'm not saying that the PC needs to be closed, but they definitely needed to have some sort of quality control in it.
There needs to be standards, and the PC has never been they've never had to adhere to any set standard. They never had to. They got cut. And everybody says, yeah, just let's rely on customer feedback. Well, I mean, we've been doing that for years, and it really hasn't done much more than it naturally wouldn't have if they didn't do it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they got some of these games optimized to work, okay, but why not make it to where these games should work right off the fucking bat instead of just giving these people free reign over taking up unnecessary resources to do something as simple as walking over onto a map, like an Ark. Like, it's fucking a joke, dude.
Yep. I don't know. Like, wasn't Steam Greenlight or something like that supposed to curb some of that, or was
It was
just like open up more?
Well, no, it was supposed to, and they kept adding on to it, like allowing people to pay into Steam for $100, and then they'd be self-published. Like, that that took off, and that completely undid all the hard work that Greenlight started. Like, Steam kind of fucked themselves because they were getting greedy, is what it turned out.
Let's see that's it. My phone's vibrating for some unknown reason, but I don't know why. Oh shit! What am I? Oh yeah. Oh, and somebody like tried to, I guess, act like that they were duped, or like Sony duped everybody because they showed. I don't know. There was like some sort of GIF that showed supposed E3 2014 footage of Infamous Second Son, and then the actual same scene at release, and it was a little bit. It wasn't as colorful, or it wasn't as deep colors as what it was on the E3. And they were acting like that's some sort of thing. I was like, dude, this happens in every line of business, like from McDonald's down to movies, down to games, down to like everything. I said, go order a Big Mac and tell me if it looks like the one on TV. I said, go watch a movie and tell me if everything you saw in that trailer is in that movie. I was like, it's nothing new. It's like y'all seem to look at E3 as some sort of like actual representation of the game. That's a commercial. They're there to advertise. Like, that's what that is for, not for like a one-to-one representation. It should be, but it's a trade show. It's not for us. It's for investors, not us. And they seem to fail to understand that. He was like, well, next year, now that the X is out, Xbox won't have to use the PC for their games because they can use the X because it's just as good as the PC. And this one Xbox guy actually responded to him and said, dude, at E3 they were had the Xbox One X dev kits empty, sitting on the table acting like you were playing on that, but the PC was hidden.
Right.
I was like, that's exactly what's going to happen, like, continuing on. Like, that's what they do.
Hey, Rokon, welcome, man. Rokon's in there. Rokon's back. So is Chris. Welcome back, Chris. Go get everybody.
They're admiring my handiwork.
What? Like, you said about my Twitter, but I haven't seen anything pop up.
Oh, all right. Well, just keep me up to date.
Okay.
What'd you do, Shane?
The scrolling text says tweet Rambo hog and dog pics.
Oh God, I didn't even. I have a pause. Like, I didn't see that.
Hog and dog people.
And then
no, Cyrus.
The chicken yoga pants, and it says, "Wow, is that Windows 95?" Because the PC in the background's all old.
This is why you can't have nice things, Shane.
Yeah, I've just given them stuff to look at. My personal favorite is putting the phone cord in the condom, though, to prevent viruses. That's pretty good.
Your PC needs that.
Right.
Do you know there's such a thing as a USB condom? Like, you plug your flash drive into it before you plug it into someone else's PC. I'm not even kidding. It's 100% real.
I've never heard of that.
Does it work that way, though?
I don't know if it works that way, but definitely if you bring over a flash drive, try it with my PC.
I don't know if I want to do that, sir. Like, your computer is kind of like the son of the block. It's been around a few times. It's been 2 different states, and it's seen some shit, Shane.
That's not
It's
that
seen
bad.
some shit, bro. Like the fuck.
Chris, the Hagen dog picture, like Shaner, like shared
Oh, here, you guys want me to put it on screen? I can.
an unfortunate picture with us of a Hagen dog having sex, a hog and dog, and it became a thing with our show. You just never know, like the pictures you see on the screen now. You just never know what you're gonna get whenever Shane hosts.
Yep.
Or if you ever see like a thing pop up in your mentions, like the little thing that says you received a message from Shane, you just like, nah,
Yep.
that's not to even look at it.
So I have 3,583.82 milliseconds before this speed test will actually go through. What the fuck?
Jesus.
Dude, like you're robot and bad at times.
Sonic Lake, what are you doing to me?
Yeah, we didn't understand any of that.
Wow.
Oh wow, I still have the GIF with all the Nerf balls like coming out of that chick's ass. Wow.
Of course you do.
What, Pete? You want to see it?
Oh, I'm good. Sure, I've already seen worse.
It's just a chick like shitting out a bunch of Nerf balls, like basketballs and footballs and. Brimstone still here, or did he get dropped?
No, right?
Brimstone.
What? Huh?
Terrible.
The guy is a pro at hiding lighters. Hides it right under his man boob.
Blue, what is that you sent me? The smart charge, PortaPal fast charge plus data block USB adapter with smart charge chip. I don't know what that is. It's plugged into a phone, but that's weird. That's weird. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I guess Brimstone did get booted.
Either that or he's. Oh, yeah. He's still on Discord, though. Yeah, it would be hard to steal his lighter.
Whose lighter? What are you talking about?
There was a GIF I posted on the podcast of this Asian guy playing a PC game, and he hides his lighter underneath his man tit. So, yeah, now it's Donald Trump looking like a dick and balls running through the woods. But,
Oh, did you guys
Yeah,
hear
no, I
about
see
the person who went crazy at the Disney Hall of Presidents or whatever? Started screaming at the robotic Donald Trump.
Oh God.
really?
Yeah.
Now, see, why hasn't the World Health Organization like really named like the Trump derangement syndrome?
For real.
It's
If
worse
anything
than
was
video
real,
game
it'd be
addiction.
that.
Yeah, I mean, like it's seriously like has caused like what everybody thought was sane people to lose their fucking mind.
Yeah, I guess he posted the video of himself doing it, and then I think it said that somebody from Disney commented like, you know, hey, this is, you know, we're a family thing, and like this isn't the kind of thing you're supposed to do in a family place. Some nonsense, man.
So is Super Lucky Tales a real long game, Rambo?
If you're 100%ing it, probably 12 hours.
Just like beating
well,
every level. You're not.
If
know.
you're just beating every level, it's probably going to take you about 8 or 9, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Because there like you pretty much have to go through every mini level inside each big level to
Uh-huh.
get enough coins to move on to the next world. But yeah, I mean, I would say probably about 8 or 9 hours. Now,
Well,
if you do, oh, go ahead.
are those puzzles where you like whip the fox into the glowing square? Is that in every world?
The glowing square. I'm trying to think of which
Like
one that one.
it shit, like you go down this little hole and if you solve this guy's puzzle, he gives you a clover.
Oh, there's some like that in every world, and then when you get to like another world, you end up like you're kind of miniaturized and put inside of a ball, and then you got to like use your sticks to try to tilt the table to get your ball to the end of the maze without falling off the edge or anything like that to get a clover.
Yeah, because so far, after doing the first world and the first level in the second world, it's a pretty good mix of platformer and puzzles.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, there's actually, I mean, the puzzles end up becoming repetitive, like 'cause every every world, like the first three worlds, I think, are the first two, and then the last two have the table thing. But you end up like doing like three or four of those things right back to back, like those little puzzles where you with what they kind of what I like think they look like little chess pieces.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like you're like there's a. I think the first two worlds or maybe the three worlds that have like three of them like bam, 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 and sometimes four of them, sometimes two, like right in a row. But for the most part, I mean, they did a pretty good job of mixing things up. And some of the levels, the longer, further you get, end up becoming really hard, especially with the fucking camera angle. Like it really gets, I guess, difficult because of the fact that you have to jump on like sometimes invisible platforms, and you can't tell where it is, obviously, because it's invisible. But you obviously can't even tell even more where you're jumping because of the damn camera angle.
Yeah, the camera angle really fucks you up.
Yeah. But I think that if you collected, I think probably all of the clovers from the first two and a half, like two worlds and a half of the third, you would almost have enough, I think, just to go like when you start the fourth level to go straight to the end and play it.
Yeah, I still went back
You only need.
I still went back and did the levels in the first world, but after doing like the little chess piece puzzle things, I only needed to actually complete like one or two levels in the first world.
Oh yeah, yeah, but the like you need like I think like 10 to move on from the first world to the second world. I think 30 or 25 or 30 to move on to the third world, and then you need like maybe it was 20 to move on to the next one, then 40 to move on to the fourth world, and then to actually fight the last boss, you need like 60.
Yeah.
Now the last boss is really pretty difficult in comparison to the three bosses like you leading up to them. The last boss was kind of fun and frustrating at the same time.
Shit. Someone's at the door. I'll be right back.
I'd be wondering like why the hell somebody showed up at my door at 10 o'clock in the night.
I know. Kind of late.
Yeah. I'd be like walking to the door with my gun going, excuse me?
Yep.
Oh man. Not only been like a, I mean, well, the end of the year, so it's like really kind of dry for gaming news usually.
Yeah.
Unless it's manufactured gaming news.
No shortage of that all year round, though.
No, it's really not. I've got to get through a lot of fucking games though, man. Like, when I see my backlog, I'm just like, shit. Like, I never realized that I had bought that many games and just haven't got around to them. But there's so many sales. Like, you'll go from like, well, I'll pick up that game later. To where you said that enough times that whenever they have a big sale, you end up adding like 20 or 30 games to it because you can get pretty much all that for a little bit more than the cost of maybe one or two regular games.
Right.
And shit, all that shit adds up year after year.
Yeah. Yeah, I still haven't decided if I want to get a couple more from the Steam sale or not.
Yeah, the Steam sale, I really got in trouble with those.
Oh yeah. Especially when they get the packs where you get, you know, the whole Deus Ex franchise for like $12 or whatever. It's like, how can you say no to that?
I bought games I never even heard of just because they were cheap. Like, and yes, Chris, I mean, if anybody around here has that stupid addiction problem that the World Health Organization has, it's me. Because, like, I seriously cannot pass up a sale. I see something, I'm just like, I've never even heard of this game, but by God, it's only $4. I gotta have it. I might end up liking it one day, 6 years from now.
Or especially all the ones that go on sale for like 50 cents.
Oh, I know. Like, you just dump a shitload of them into your bucket. And you're like, okay, well, just bought 25 games for $12, and yep, and then just keep adding and adding and adding. And right now, I mean, as we speak,
a couple of them will be good, but you got to wade through all the crap to get to the good ones.
Yep. And I'm actually as we speak, like looking through the PlayStation Store even more.
Later, Psycho.
I saw the Final Fantasy VII, that's a remake, but the ported version that has trophies now. It says it only takes around 25 to 30 hours to actually platinum it. So I thought that'd be a cool platinum to have,
Man, I remember it taking me like 6 months to beat that game.
I know all the other Final Fantasy ones are like 100+ hours.
Yeah, that was a long game. I don't see how you could platinum it in 30 hours. I mean, I guess if you just had a guide and you just strictly went for the platinum, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Final Fantasy. I still gotta play the damn Kingdom Hearts games.
Yeah, I never got into those.
People say they're better than Final Fantasy. Maybe because they're not turn-based. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably the Disney part of it has something to do with it too.
Yeah.
It is a lot of beloved characters.
Yeah, now we'll get to see like Hank Hill and Alien and Predator in our Kingdom Hearts.
All in the same game.
Yeah. Get to take our characters into the alien world.
Hey, every alien is now a Disney princess.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the alien queen gives birth to him. I don't see how they could say it's not. Man, Grim still isn't back.
Yeah, Pixar needs to animate that shit. Yeah, no, his net's fucked up pretty bad. There's an outage in our area, I think.
That's too bad.
Yeah, no, Cyrus, I wasn't swatted. Oh shit, the stream is pinwheeling. What in the actual fuck?
swear, like
It's still going for me.
Did it die for any of you guys? Because it pinwheeled and died for me for a minute.
Yeah, I just heard you ask, did it die for anybody else?
It stopped for like 5 seconds. See, that's how Brim started. No, the internet AIDS is getting me too.
Right? Funny, it started on Brem's computer and not yours. It just doesn't make any damn sense.
See, that should go to show you he does way worse than me online.
well, they do go over to each other's house, so I mean, there's a good chance that Shane actually did do something to his computer.
No.
Terrible.
Chris, I just looked. I think that the Destroy All Humans 1 and 2 are about an 6 to 8 hour platinum each. They're listed on a few websites, or not a few websites, a few videos as like some of the easier platinum.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I pay attention to those videos about the easy achievements and the easy platinums or whatever, because I'll make a list of the games that I don't have that are on there, and then if I see them on, like if they're cheap enough, I'll just buy them. If I ever see them on sale, like they're definitely getting snatched. But like easy platinums right now, I think in a folder I have like 78 easy platinum games that I can go through, and so it would put me at about 158 to 160 platinums total. So I'm hoping to have those done by February.
Well, are you still gonna reach your yearly goal or no?
I'm not gonna reach the 100 platinums. I did reach my 50,000 goal on Xbox. I decided to go ahead and just stop at 80 platinums because trying to rush 20 games in the last few days, it would be mind-numbing trying to, if I was like a couple of games off or whatever.
Yeah.
And like last year, like I was on New Year's Eve, I was actually frantically going through the store because I had 39 platinums, and I was frantically going through the stores at like around 10 o'clock at night looking for a game and searching YouTube like an hour or less easy platinum, and came across Coffin Dodgers in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought those two games real quick, and I think I spent like $20 or $25 on those two games just so I could have the two platinums and make it an even 40 by the end of the year. And so this year I've taken what I've done from the number of platinums I've had from 2014 to 2016 was 40, and so this year I actually did 40 platinums alone. So I doubled what I did the previous 2 years in 1 year.
Damn.
But next year I'm gonna shoot for a total by the end of the year, a total of 200 platinums, and I'm gonna hope for 150,000 gamer score.
In 1 year?
Yes, I'm gonna try to do an extra 100,000 gamer score and an extra 120 platinums next year.
That'd be crazy. Oh my
But
god, is that
like-
Brimstone?
I have enough easy 1,000 gamer score games to. I think I added them up. I have like 37,000 gamer score worth I could get done in a week.
I don't even know of any easy 1,000 gamer score games.
Oh man, you gotta watch Maca 91 Productions.
Okay. I probably have quite a few of them.
Yep, you probably do, because I mean, like I ended up having some, and I never even realized how I got them, and I just play them because I end up in my ready to installer in my install list because they happen to be cheap and to sell. I've never even heard of the game or seen the game or whatever. I was like, oh, it's cheap, I'll buy it.
Is it Mecha 94 Productions?
Maka 91. MAKA 91. You should be able just to search for
Yeah.
that, MAKA, and then that. He does guides and everything for games. Yeah, Chris, Ice-T, you can actually, it's actually capable of being done in an hour. I have to have it to play. I don't think I'll get it done in an hour because I don't know too much about the game, but they say it can be done in an hour.
Wow, that's
Titanfall
quick.
I actually bought Mecha Tales on Xbox because it was on sale. But let me look and see how much it is in the PlayStation Store. Mecha Tales. Whoa, shit! What the hell?
What's Mecha Tales?
I don't know. It was just cheap. Oh, I own Mecha Tales on yeah, I have that. I already own it on PlayStation.
Yeah, I have that
That's
one.
bad, man. When you've got games you don't even remember how you got them, that should be a sign.
Well, I'm telling you, like this one I probably came across because it's $3.99, and it's regularly like $20, and I was like, oh, $4. That's not really gonna make or break me, so why not buy it?
Titanfall says
What?
Mecha Tales sucks.
What sucks about it, Titanfall? Yeah, Chris, that's what I was doing, was trying to get all like this AAA games with platinums. But shit, like some of those games will take you weeks, months, whatever to try to get the damn platinum. But I decided a few of them I was going to
Oh, the controls.
probably, I think it's probably a platformer then. There's I just decided it's not really too bad to actually get easy platinums every once in a while. I mean, they are there for a reason. And it seems like all the trophy hunters buy them because the platinum rate is like usually anywhere from 80% to 100% of gamers that bought the game
I heard someone
have
outside
platinum
again.
it. So I got a shit ton of point and click adventures to play.
It's like you get two consoles going and have a game where all you got to do is click on one of them and then play a regular game on the other one.
Yeah, I do have a PS4 Slim and a Pro, so that way I can. Oh, you can't slide into both, so that's
Yeah.
I need to get a PS3 and a 360.
Oh, for all the backwards compatible ones.
So yeah, well, the ones on the 360 for the ones that aren't backwards compatible that I can just simply that are cheap because they're not backwards compatible, and get the easy gamer score in there. But the only problem with the easy ones on the 360 is they were only worth 400 gamer score as the max instead of the 1,000 that they are on Xbox One. So I really wouldn't. I don't know if I'd mess with those, but like going back and being able to play and take advantage of like these big sales to where I can buy like PS3 games, that would be pretty cool because then I can go back and platinum a bunch of games on the PS3.
Hey, I can hear you guys.
Hey, there you are.
Hey,
3 or
hey.
4 joins.
Hey, do you guys come here often?
Hey, look who's back.
Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus. Like, I went to, like, my router login, went to see if there was something up with the traffic. Netgear's website's as trash as fucking Yahoo, by the way.
So what's going on then with your internet?
I have no fucking idea. Metro went and reset it after I reset it remotely down here. Seems like his method worked better than mine, even though mine was practically the same thing. I don't know. It's fucking stupid. It's all retarded.
Well, you know, a nigga know how to reset the Wi-Fi. It's kind of what we do on a daily basis.
What?
Don't listen to him. He stuck his dick in it.
He stuck his dick in the reset button.
Pretty much.
It fits through that little pinhole.
It fits the little pinhole. Yeah.
Now we have to wonder, how do you know this?
Because I've seen pictures.
Oh, so who's taking the pictures of him?
His boyfriend.
Oh God.
You can't go to Brim's house and not at least be threatened to, like, yeah.
Some form of gayality. You come over, you better be expecting some gay shit to go on. Like Alf the jump. Jesus, is your internet still doing good, Shane?
The cast pinwheeled a couple of times, went down for a second, but other than that, yeah, it's good.
It's good you're gay.
It's been up for 46 minutes.
Shane thinks God, you guys said my shit was cancerous? This motherfucker's got Donald Trump penis running. He's got a condom on the Ethernet, and he's got Windows 95 ass. Like, the fuck?
And tweet Rambo hog and dog pics. Oh, and tacos.
Yeah, Chris, PlayStation took the game down, that 1,000 game down, because of, I think it was the name of the game that they required, that they actually told the developers that they required them to name it something else or do something with the title or something. It was something weird like that. So it's coming back. It's just not on the store anymore. But it's like I think it's like a 15-minute or 20-minute platinum.
Wow.
Yeah, My Name is Mayo is like 20 minutes. Like, but all you had to do is literally just sit there and hit X 10,000 times. I did it twice. Once on the Vita and once on the PlayStation 4. It was a 99-cent game too, so it was no big deal. Yeah, Titanfall. It's not the reason why it didn't get pulled because you can platinum it so easy, but it got pulled because of some name problem with it. So they had to pull it to they're redoing something with it and then put it back up. But like they don't care. Like PlayStation don't care if you make a game that's built for an easy platinum. There's actually a lot of developers the indie developers that will actually make their game knowing that it's an easy platinum because they know the trophy hunters are going to buy it. It's almost like a guaranteed sell.
It's an easy way to make money, yeah.
Yep. And there's a ton of trophy hunters. Like, there's no... Like, y'all think I have a lot? Like, I know somebody who has, like, 896 platinums. Like, whenever, like, say a Lego game comes out, they platinum the PS4 version, the Vita version, and the PS3 version back-to-back with every Lego game. But I want to get a platinum that is like really hard to get, so that way, like only a few people have it, so that way I can brag about like, yeah, but you have this platinum.
That's almost like buying trophies, though, don't you think? Like,
no, hush your mouth.
Man, get a little defensive there.
I know, right? Like, damn. Like,
that
Randall's
might
like,
not be
shut
the
your
first
cock.
time he's heard that.
I saw where he was going with that.
Yo, no, let's talk about the avatar you got today, dude. That was pretty cool.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah, I actually do like it. I thought that was really nice.
Yeah, that's the guy that I was telling you about that did that, and for like the $100 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I thought that maybe like if y'all did like it or whatever, that I would talk to him about setting up something to where he can like maybe draw all of us and like maybe a way to like combine the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd be down with some new avatars and stuff to start off the new year, dude. That'd be cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wouldn't be like when it start off the new year. It'd be like right after.
No,
yeah. I mean, it'd be pretty close to the beginning portion of the year, and the only thing we'd have to have a picture of everybody, like so that way he can draw like almost kind of like faces or whatever, and then we can like put the character with whatever theme we want. Like mine, of course, would be Rambo. It'd just be using the same avatar. Y'all's would you could have him do whatever type of like if you want to say a Final Fantasy looking one, he could draw you as a Final Fantasy character and kind of use your face as a blended in with a Final Fantasy character design. But I saw there's actually a theme on the PlayStation on the what's the UK store, so I can't actually get it, but it's PlayStation Access, and their team, like, to me, I don't know, it actually seems like that this would almost be like, besides it being PlayStation, of course,
Yeah.
but like the way this drawing is done, I think that y'all would actually like this would actually be a good way for us to do our like the podcast thing with our thing. I'll get a picture of what it looks like, and I'll send it to you to see. It has like all four people or five people that's on the PlayStation Access, kind of chilling on like couches and standing up and or like around TVs, whatever, playing video games. And it's actually a pretty cool little theme, but I can't get it because I'm in the U.S. And they're a UK thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm gonna actually, since he's working on my YouTube banner, like to transfer that over to YouTube, to where he sizes it right, and then.
Oh, is that the screens and stuff and the console?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks kind of cool actually. I like how simple it is, but it's like not super detailed, but it's like. I don't know. It's just really fucking pleasing to the eyes. You know what I mean? It's just really soft.
Yeah, and if you notice underneath the PlayStation TV on that shelf, there's an Xbox One X, a PlayStation Pro, and a Nintendo
and
Switch.
a Switch. How'd that make you feel when you put that Switch up there, man?
Like a pedophile.
The safest house is a Switch house.
This is right.
I know. Nowadays, like an ISIS flag won't even protect you more than that.
No, like they'll leave the ISIS house alone to make sure they watch all the Switch houses.
Yeah.
But he's still working on the transferring it over to the sizing of the YouTube channel, and then he's gonna make me a couple of he's still working out a design for a couple of different PNG file type of avatar, so I can put in my thumbnails and stuff. And once he does that, then it's complete. And then I'm gonna have since he did a pretty good job, once I start my YouTube channel back, once I get maybe a weekly thing or something like that, some sort of topic going where I discuss it weekly or whatever, I'm gonna have him make the thumbnail, and then that way we're basically it has a design around it, and then I can put a picture of the topic in it, to where it's like a PNG portion in the middle, to where my actual thumbnails look like they were professionally done rather than crap gamers.
So he's gonna actually do all of your thumbnails, or just
not
the thumbnail?
all of them, just the ones I can actually that I actually have. Say if I want to do the top 10 easy trophies for the week, or the top 10 or whatever like that. If I wanted to do some weekly type of topic, then episode 1, episode 2, or whatever, part 1, part 2, then that way I can actually I'm gonna have him create the thumbnail for that topic, and then because my channel is obviously not gonna be the same, a topic Monday's topic, and then next Monday is gonna be the same thing next Monday, in a 2-day. Although I could do it to where it's actually just I know exactly what the hell my videos on. But I'm gonna try to get him to do my Twitch channel, my Twitch art, or my streaming on.
Yeah.
Where you, if you go to Twitch or whatever, and it says I'm not here, whatever, come back and
Oh, the
at this
AFK,
time.
the FK image or
Yeah.
whatever, or stream scheduling thing.
Yeah. How to do it that way whenever, so that way I just want to look a little bit like I feel like if I look a little bit more professional, then maybe it might help with either if I ever try to get partnered or whatever, or if I do if I, yeah.
Okay. So is he roboting or is it just me?
Yeah, he's roboting a little.
Okay.
Oh, damn it. Well, maybe that would help with getting noticed too, because I mean they would see. I think that like for like thumbnails and stuff really are the way people get caught. You know, because they catch it, like a good thumbnail will catch your eye.
Yeah. And thumbnails can improve click-through rating. So I mean.
Yeah. But I thought about doing like a, because since I'm actually like playing a lot of indie, I try to get them 100%. But I could do like an indie spotlight thing for a week, for each week or whatever, to where I'd spotlight a few indie games that are maybe have gone under the radar, but people don't know about, and I could maybe highlight them. And then of course my reviews that I write, actually doing them in video form as well. And then I was thinking about doing something with trophies and achievements, because I seem to really care a lot about trophies and achievements. So I just got to figure out a way to actually put that into a video. Because I can't do guides.
No, I was gonna say do segments where you talk about the hardest trophy to earn of that game, or like when you beat a slew of games and you platinum, you like go over your time of beating those games and you talk about the experiences you had while trying to get some of those trophies, and some of those were damn near impossible to get because you know some of those games are like that. So I mean,
oh yeah, there's some.
I mean, something that could just show like your experience as to like what you went through to platinum that game and how hard.
Yeah, that might be good. Yeah.
Yeah, and since you play so many games, it doesn't even have to be one game centric. It could be it could be just an overall consensus of like your experiences, say throughout that week or month during the games that you were beating, and the trials and tribulations that you went through to get those platinum. So, I think that would be cool.
There's a lot of, I mean, some of them platinums take a lot of fucking work and dedication to get.
Yeah. So they're like what is it? The fuck is it? It's like something Knight. God damn it, I can't remember the damn name. White Knight or whatever the fuck it's called. It was a PS3 exclusive, big RPG that didn't go too well. I liked it. They made a 1 and 2. It's on my shelf. I'll have to go look at it. But like the platinum that game, you're looking at like almost 400 hours of gameplay to do it.
Yeah,
it's a really hard game to platinum. In fact, I think Don is amongst the only dude that I know that probably came close to platinuming it, and he's got hundreds of hours into the second one.
Yeah, I'm planning on. I mean, that's right. Like right now, I'm planning on. I haven't started playing it yet to know if I'm really going to carry through with it.
Yeah.
I'm planning on trying to platinum Persona 5, and that's like a 350-hour platinum, I think.
Yeah.
Because you have to play. Yeah, it's a 100-hour game, and you have to play through it like 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some games that you would figure that are really hard to platinum, but after like they don't ever get a trophy guide on them for a while, and so you just kind of like look at them and go. I mean, some of the trophies, the way the descriptions are, you're like, oh shit, that's gonna take a while. But then the damn trophy guide was like, oh, it's a 7-hour platinum. I'm like, what? Like how? And so I have to look at that trophy guide and see that a lot of people are, yeah, like what the hell they're doing to get it. Is it White Knight Chronicles?
White Knight Chronicles, yeah, there we go.
Don Gamer said that.
Yeah, of course he did. Yeah, Don, I remember you telling me about that game. You said that shit was like, just to get some of the trophies in there were kind of ridiculous. I mean, they put you through some shit to get those trophies. Like, I remember playing 30 hours into that game until I got my first trophy, and that was because I got up to a certain level.
There was I think in either Project Cars or a Forza game, there was a trophy, or not a trophy, but if it's Project Cars, it was a trophy and an achievement. If it's Forza, obviously it's an achievement. but you had to do like a realistic 100-lap race. Then there was one.
Turismo had those too. Yeah.
There was one actually that you had to race, like actually race for 24 hours straight, like that. Like you couldn't take a break. So people were leaving, like basically.
I was gonna say
cars,
they rubber band. Yeah, they
Yeah.
rubber band the controller and they just
Yep.
let it go. Yeah, I saw that shit. I remember that.
I'm guilty of that. And I come with my platinum because
Somebody got time to race for 24 hours, man.
yeah, there's a
Dang.
lot of them that were like, fuck that. I'm not staying like sitting in one spot for fucking hours upon hours doing the exact same
no.
thing. So I
did the 300 lap. I've done a 300 lap in quite a few of those actually in Turismo.
That's fucking insane, man.
And I didn't even get a fucking trophy out of that, dude. I was like, God damn, like what the fuck do I gotta do to get these trophies? Like seriously.
Yeah, I see the platinum. Well, I mean, I don't think GT Sports all that bad, but the previous Gran Turismos and some of the Forza Motorsport ones, so like fully 100% under platinum, it's like, this is too fucking much.
Yeah.
But like right now, my completion of all my games that I've played, my completion percentage sits at like 44%.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at actually wanting to get my completion percentage on my profile to around the 90% mark.
Right.
So that means I've got to go back to old games that I've played and the ones that I have like 20% trophies and actually try to go back and get the platinum on there, get the 100% if it doesn't have a platinum. Which is going to be fun because, dear God, like one of them, like I have the platinum, but they like Goat Simulator and Fallout 4, but they added so much DLC afterwards. My 100% went down to like 30% because I still have the platinum, but it says my total trophies and that is like a 30%. So I got to go back and finish all the fucking DLC's trophies.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I
hate when that shit happens though.
To me, they should put the DLC in a separate category.
Yeah, it's
like to where. Yeah, to where it doesn't screw up your completion percentage for that game. But I mean, I just bought all the Goat Simulator DLC because it was on sale in the store, and I was like, well, shit, this is my perfect time because I wasn't gonna spend $9.99 a piece on every fucking stupid DLC for it. I was like, there's just no way, it's not worth it. So whenever it was like $4.99 for all the DLC at one time, I was like, okay. I'm gonna get it now. I mean, I've got it kind of listed out to where I'm gonna go back and actually pump a lot of time into these things to try to get those games into a 100% things. Like Call of Duty ones, I'll never get to 100%. Like it would take me a year to prestige. I just suck at the multiplayer part. Like I hate whenever a game comes out and it has a shit ton of multiplayer trophies.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not a multiplayer player, that's.
Well, I just don't think the Call of Duty developers were so against doing multiplayer trophies at the beginning was because not everybody is a multiplayer gamer. You know, like some of these people just want to play the fucking campaign.
Well, personally, I just think that if you're going to what's it called? If you're going to do the multiplayer trophies, then don't be a developer that shuts down the multiplayer servers.
Yeah.
Because you can, at that point, you can never go back and get the platinum. And or if they do shut it down, like say Call of Duty World War II, like say 2 years from now they shut down the servers. If you have trophies in the game or achievements, then when they decide to shut down the servers, the day that it shuts down, everybody who currently has trophies or achievements in that game should automatically be awarded all the multiplayer trophies or achievements in that game because you can no longer get them at that point.
Yeah.
So RXL just tweeted me his newest video.
Oh Lord, what was it about?
He is the new e-begging sheriff in town. So he polices people that do Patreons and shit like that. One of the newest Patreons that he has come across is 1316 Killer.
Oh shit!
So, yeah, he made sure, like, he tweeted it at me specifically, and that video had me fucking dying.
So it's pretty safe to say 1360's gonna be flagging his shit soon.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's got like RXL's really upped his production quality. He's got a green screen now. So in the background of his video, not only is he got on cop sunglasses and he's using the PlayStation 3 like a fucking Killzone gun or whatever for a gun. He's got cops and shit like flashing their sirens. It's amazing. It's pretty funny.
Oh god. Yo, so Chris, if you don't already know, 1360 Killer is he says he does YouTube for as a comedic shit, but yet flags down anybody who disagrees with him. So there's that.
Oh yeah, what's ironic though is he was pissed because somebody flagged his channel down. He had to actually start over a new channel because it got banned.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's actually not the 1316 Killer anymore. He's oh shit, what? Let me search for him and I'll tell you what his new name. Because if you type in 1316 Killer, it comes up with a new name. It's called Killer Comedy Unleashed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went from like what he had like 16 or 17,000 subs or even 20 maybe, but now he only has 1,976 subs.
His reasoning for the Patreon is, well, all these paper and pens cost money. The retro video games I open cost money. I've even bought a few props here and there, and
that's not our problem.
yeah, that's basically what RXL is saying. Like, RXL doesn't make any actual points in his video. It's all just a parody.
It's RXL.
Yeah.
I mean, all I gotta say. Anybody who knows RXL, it's RXL.
It's fucking hilarious.
See, when it comes to like Patreons like that, that doesn't bother me because like, if people are willing to pay it, then
yeah, but this is 1360 Killer we're talking about, Mr.
Yeah, I don't like him at all.
This isn't a serious job for him. This isn't something that he does as a full-time gig, and he shitted on Review Tech and everybody else for doing it, and now he's doing it. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of irony in that.
Yeah, so, and and as soon as somebody calls him out for it, he's gonna be like, "What, man? I'm only kidding. I'm not gonna really accept the money." Yeah,
it's satire.
It's satire, bro. Because obviously you don't get it. That's what he'll say.
I hate that fucking. It's satire. Like, yeah, whatever, dude.
You nerds. That's all he ever says.
I don't really shit on people for having a Patreon. Not like I used to, but like I kind of get it more nowadays, especially with like the shit you gotta do to become noticed here on YouTube. Either you gotta be shitting on somebody, or you've gotta be fucking, part of the skeptic community, pretty much. Like, it's like one of the two. You don't get to really be entertaining anymore and have fun. Because guess what? You're not gonna be noticed at all for that. Which sucks. So, and I'm not really a fan of the skeptic community anymore. Anyways, like those guys have sort of fallen off the edge for me.
Yeah, I don't watch them anymore. Like the only Patreons like that I feel like that are completely wrong are like Mooches and Dealer Gaming, where if you pay $5 a month, we'll play some games together. if you pay $15 a month, I'll follow you on Twitter.
Ooh.
and other things. And if you pay $25 a month, you can be a guest on my podcast. And I'm like,
oh boy!
Dude, why are you forcing people to pay to actually either
to lower themselves to be on your show?
Yeah, to follow you or to get a follow back or to be on your damn show. Like to me, I don't know. Like you should, if you're having a podcast, it should be like this, like where you invite people on, where you want more and more people heard or whatever. But not, I don't know. I thought about like donating the thing to where because you like at a certain dollar amount, you get to pick a topic for one of his videos. He's an Xbox gamer. Xbox fanboy, so I thought about paying the money for 1 month so I could pick why PlayStation 4 Pro is better than the Xbox One X, and to make him actually put out a video like that.
And then when he fucks you over on that, report him to Patreon.
Yeah.
It's a win-win.
So I got a question for you guys. What do you guys think about going out with a bang, doing like the last day of the year podcast? But let's just say it would be like a slate cleaning the slate, one would say, with certain people, and have them on, and we go back and forth. Because people want that shit, right? Like, there's a lot of people that want that shit. What if we did that? We planned that for like the last day of the year. We invite said people on, clean the slate, say what we got to say to each other, and be done with it. Because this back and forth on Twitter is driving me nuts.
I'd do it.
I got no problem with it.
You got no problem with it? What about you, Shane?
I
Does that
don't
sound good to you,
really.
or-
I don't really have anything to say to them. I mean, they've said more to you and Rambo than to me or Pete. I mean, I had that one exchange with Fratanga about his ego. I would be there to maybe mediate and get your guys' back on it because I've seen and heard everything they've said to you guys. And everything you guys have said.
Yeah, I could even kind of be the outsider.
Yeah.
Since I joined after all of that pretty much happened, and I haven't paid attention to any of it really.
Yeah.
But
Because
yeah.
this back and forth on Twitter shit is like, I mean, I've got them fucking muted, and like, they're tweeting everybody that knows me to tweet them. One's begging for attention, the other one's begging for attention, so I'm thinking, you know what?
No, that's
Fuck.
just funny.
Well, I
So,
don't
like,
even
I'm-
have them muted, and they're not tweeting me, so.
Which is amazing.
We've gone over this game, or Spare Who. The game talk is not just talk about games. It's the kind of talk that you would have with your friends while you're playing game.
Yeah.
And really, between talk and conversation, bottom line is they kind of mean the same thing. I mean,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
in order to
I mean-
to have a conversation, you need to. Fuck.
Yeah, so that, I mean, yeah, I mean, we've actually kind of gone over the name of the game talk since, I don't know, the beginning of
Day one.
yeah, the game talk, because
We've
people
said it
have,
since day one.
people have had that question now, I guess, for how many episodes? But
As
Yep.
many as there are.
Oh shit, a doggo. A doggo? What are you talking about? Are you talking about the Twitter post that Rags just tweeted me?
huh?
He says, "Oh shit, a doggo," and I'm like, "What? A doggo? What?" Oh, you heard a bark. Yeah, my neighbor's dogs are loud.
Oh.
Sorry, anybody who says doggo, I'm used to them referring to them as Rags. Because Rags, so I posted a little bit ago, I said, hey guys, I guess going after people online should be allowed because of freedom of speech. Under that same freedom of speech, you should be protected regardless of what you say, because people are just pussies if they disagree with you. And Rags just says define going after. Like, I actually have to explain what going after someone means. Like, this should be common sense at this point. Like, it really should. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
that's
you're not-
common sense, for fuck's sakes. If you don't have common sense, I'm not going to explain it to you. It's that simple. I shouldn't have to explain it to you, especially if you're someone that claims to have common sense and logic behind you. And one of his followers is like, what did I just fucking read? Like, it's called English? I mean, is it really hard? Are we going to sit there and say that
Oh, my
hara-
lord.
well, no, it's just it just comes back to the same shit, bro. Like, is harassment of people online justified? Is it a justifiable thing? There's a difference between calling out people for their shit, right? And then there's, after calling them out for their shit, continuously berating them 24/7. And I'm not talking about a dramatic or an over dramatic 24/7. I'm talking a literal 24/7, all day, every day, 7 days a week type of tweeting bantering. We're not talking about just a 1 or 2 Twitter posts. We're talking Rambo, 300 deep, fucking ridiculous, all in one day Twitter war. Like, should that be okay? Like, I mean, am I wrong here? Is there something wrong with,
No.
I mean, I didn't think this would be that hard to understand personally. I thought this would be pretty easy to gather. But I guess going after people is justified as long as it's just freedom of speech, right? Like, freedom of speech, people. Freedom of speech! You should say whatever the fuck you want online. And don't worry, there shouldn't be any consequences to what you say, the words you speak. Like, because they're just words, right? Words shouldn't get to you. But, like, I guess that's their way of saying, well, words shouldn't get to you, so you shouldn't respond if they don't get to you. And that's what they say. But yet, we always seem to forget how the words are continuously coming and they never stop. How the conversation is continuously going when nobody's paying attention. Or trying not to pay attention, but yet you go to your fucking phone, and as soon as you look at your Twitter, there's like 600 notifications later. Like, get the fuck... Really? Shut the fuck up.
It's like it shouldn't be that difficult to like because I saw him say like define going after. Well, it's not like clearly like having a conversation with somebody or disagreeing with somebody like isn't what you would consider going after.
No, absolutely
like, you
not.
would be able to like most normal people would be able to understand what you mean by going after.
Most people would understand, yeah.
But I mean, I get their freedom of speech thing, but
So do I. But when it's continuous, though.
But I mean, still, like, how do they feel like that somebody's like against freedom of speech because you blocked them? Like, that's their freedom of speech.
I know.
Just because somebody uses it in a way that you don't like it doesn't mean that it's not still the same exact thing that you're doing.
Exactly. I've always told people freedom of speech is a two-way street. It's never just one way. If you don't like what people have to say, you don't have to listen, just like they have every right to say it. Because they have the freedom to say it, right? I have the right to say, well, you know what? I don't feel like listening to it anymore. I'm tired of it. Everybody has that right.
Yeah, I mean, it would be like standing in the street and somebody yelling and screaming at you, and if you walk away, somehow you're limiting their right to free speech. Like, no, you're just simply saying, "Look,
turn around to walk away," and they say, "Hey, you can't turn around and walk away. That's infringing on my freedom of speech." What?
Yeah, like, motherfucker, this is my freedom of speech. I'm telling you, I'm walking away and not giving a shit what you're saying.
I agree.
Like, I don't understand how they can't figure that one out.
I mean, like I said, man, like they're claiming to be about common sense and logic, but yet fail to practice it at every turn. Right? Like, I can understand their bitches if somebody was to say, I don't know, flag their YouTube channel for an opinion. I get that. Yeah. I'm against that too, right?
Well, yeah, that's obvious.
But when you're on Twitter or social media, and if somebody doesn't want to talk to you, they don't have to talk to you. Like, literally, they do not have to talk to you. You call them a bitch all you want. It's your right to do so. Just like in that same breath, it's their right to say, fuck you, I don't need to talk to you. Simple as that. I mean, I don't really understand what... I mean, like I said, freedom of speech is both ways, not just one. Your freedom of speech isn't your own consistent... what should I say? Isn't your own one-way street. It doesn't work that way.
And it's definitely not their own interpretation of it.
No, absolutely not.
Like, if you consider yourself a freedom of speech absolutist, then like you should be able to fully understand why somebody blocks you. Like that when somebody blocks you,
be hard, actually.
You should be able to go, oh, okay, they didn't want to talk to me. Simple as that. Like there really shouldn't be a whole investigation as to why the person blocked you and how much of a wimp they are, or whatever. Like the person just simply doesn't want to talk to you. They use their freedom of speech to be able to not talk to you. It's not really that hard.
I agree. I've
Yeah,
never
What really gets
understood.
me is when people come up with different rules for different people when it comes to freedom of speech. That one really fucking gets me.
Oh yeah,
That happens.
yeah.
That
I've
tends
seen
to
that
happen quite a
before
bit.
too.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, you
Well,
straight white men, you
that's
need
Twitter.
to shut up because these other people, they need to exercise their freedom of speech, and your talking is infringing on their freedom of speech because you have privilege. Wait, what?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
Twitter practices that like we're like taking the blue check marks away from everybody who engages in abusive or violent rhetoric, and it's basically any conservative and any of the leftists or feminists talking about they want to kill all white males or kill white
Or all I
people.
want for Christmas is a white
Uh,
genocide.
yeah,
And the
that blue
tooth
check
fairy
mark
teeth.
stays. That blue check mark stays, and you can't even if you report the tweet and report the account, nothing.
Although Facebook has started banning some feminist accounts that are like the rule between whether it's whether it's hate speech or not is if you are talking about a whole group or just a specific person. So you can say this guy I know is a piece of shit, and that's fine. But if you say all men are shit, that's not okay. And there were a couple of either just women or feminists who were using the Me Too hashtag and posting up some stories about that, and they were putting in at like the end, this is why I hate all men, or this is why all men are trash, or something like that, and they were getting banned. And they were getting
Well,
pissed off because white, straight, and male were being, I don't know if they were being protected as much as, black or gay or whatever, but they were at least a protected category, just like all the rest of them are.
well, see, there's a difference, I guess, in if if somebody blocked somebody, that of course, I mean, fine, move on, whatever. But now, if that person that blocked somebody then turns around and starts like tweeting about that person they blocked and bad mouthing them on their Twitter, then that I think that's where you draw a line because like if you, I mean, sure you have freedom of speech to talk about the person, but you shouldn't talk about somebody behind a block, like where they can't
That
defend
is bad
themselves
form,
or yeah,
at the
like
very least, yeah.
like if you're gonna talk about them, unblock them, let them defend themselves, and then go back to a block or whatever. But if you're subtweeting them like that, that's where I think it like that shows that you're kind of more of a bitch. But I have no problem with people blocking me. Like I get blocked all the time, and I'm like, oh, okay, move on. Or I'll go to the Game Talk server so that way I can see what because if you ever try to read the damn conversation on Twitter between a bunch of people and one person that has you blocked in that middle of that conversation, that's a fucking weird conversation because you're reading like the replies to him and you don't see the person. You're like, why the fuck did you say that to that dude? And so I have to go over to Game Talk so that way I can read the whole fucking conversation. But I don't ever like tweet about the guy that has me blocked or anything. I just simply want to know what the hell the conversation's about before I interject into the people that I do talk to.
True.
Sugar Addict, you want to know why? And I don't know if this is true or not, or how true it is. But if you want to know why Gab would have tons of white supremacists and neo-Nazis, it's because the mainstream media said that Gab is the place for neo-Nazis and white supremacists.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they basically like attracted like it's basically like whenever you hear the media say the white Donald Trump made a white supremacist signal like with his hand whenever he basically is putting his finger and his thumb together, but he's not actually making the OK symbol. Well, then the white supremacists will come out and say they support Trump or whatever he said or whatever, and it's kind of like just a reactionary thing.
Yep.
But Gab was actually originally created for the people that were getting all their just basically conservatives that were getting silenced by Twitter. It was never meant to be like a place for white supremacists, but it ended up being that.
Well, it's the same thing with the alt-right. The alt-right was never really meant to represent any sort of racist or neo-Nazi or white supremacist, people. It
No,
just
it was
meant
just
a
it was
different
conservative
version of
views.
conservatives. Yeah.
It was
But
just more strict conservative views.
yeah,
But then it
but
turned
then the
into
media, yeah, they said, oh, well, alt-right, they're all a bunch of neo-Nazis. Well, what do you think's going to happen? The people who aren't neo-Nazis, they're going to say, well, I can't call myself alt-right. Of course it's going to become nothing but neo-Nazis.
and then the neo Nazis are like, hey, there's more like-minded people like us. Let's go talk to them. I mean, there's black people that were being labeled alt-right, which was kind of weird because in one breath you're saying they're white supremacists, and then the other person you're saying, the black person you're saying is alt-right. So, like the last time I checked, a black person can't be a white supremacist. Oh, let me tell you. I don't know if I ever told you, but if I did, y'all can stop me. But let me tell you about a very uncomfortable situation that I had. I happened to be having this conversation with this guy named Mr. Megadeth. I can't stand him. His name's John. Not Colts, but Crap Gamer said that he wasn't a true patriot because he bought a Japanese system instead of an American one, even though this guy's actually a veteran. But that's to give you the backstory on him. Well, it was about that whole family, the Bully family or whatever that had the Confederate flag, and we were talking about the Confederate flag. And he was basically like going, yes, you can. Anybody who has a Confederate flag, you can say they're racist. And I'm like, no, that's not how this shit works. But so I was actually looking up information about the Confederate flag on my phone and putting basically showing where there's a Confederate flag and an American flag and going, well, there, you're a fucking white supremacist too because you support the American flag, and obviously they do too because they're carrying it. Well, conversation went on, so I went up. I was with my wife. We went to Best Buy to pick something up. I think it was PUBG. I'm at the counter and about to check out. And this black lady was next to me, was talking about her son's. I think PlayStation or Xbox had messed up or whatever, and it was PlayStation. And they tried everything they could, and they just bought it from there, and they wondered if they could take it back, and they said no, you have to send it to PlayStation support. So I was listening to the conversation, so I was like, ma'am, I was like, no, I was like, chances are you downloaded the wrong update. And I said, you gotta make sure you download the right update to completely fresh install. Well, I pulled out my phone, talking to this black lady, and I hit internet, and the first thing that pops up on my internet was a Ku Klux Klan picture with the Confederate flag and
oh no!
Yes, and I was like, never mind that. I was having a conversation earlier about how people were wrong about about a certain thing. I was like, it's like I'm not a racist or by any means. I said if I was, I wouldn't be over here helping you. So she was like, no big deal. I understand. I was like, but I mean that was very awkward the whole time. I was really at that point. I didn't want to continue helping her. I just wanted to walk away. But I was like, man, if I walk away, it's gonna look worse. So I was like, I've got to continue through this and try my best to not just go shit my pants, going shit, man. I should have cleared my fucking internet history before I decided to come to Best Buy. Because that woman went home and thought, you know what this white man did? This motherfucker's looking up, having pictures of the Ku Klux Klan on his phone.
Shane does it all the time. Don't you know he's a Grand Dragon? Let's give you the new thing, Shane. 2018, guys. Shane's a Grand Dragon.
Well, I mean,
2017, he was gay.
Damn, you skipped the Grand Wizard and everything.
yeah.
You must have been a good KKK member.
I get around.
I still remember the night Trump was elected. One of my friends from back in the day put on his Facebook page, to anybody that voted for Trump, I would love to know why and blah blah blah. And so I got into it with him a little bit, and some other people commented. And, there was a whole bunch of little mini conversations going on and stuff like that. Nothing was too bad or anything, but one of his friends posted, man, you should be careful what you let people say on your page, because you don't want anybody or like you wouldn't want anybody thinking that you were racist. And I'm just like, I was floored when they said that. And I'm just like, man, so not only do you have to watch what you say, but now we're supposed to watch what everybody else says around us. And just having somebody else say something on your page could mean that you would be labeled a racist. Unfucking real.
Yeah, that's the guilty by association type shit.
Yeah.
Is so damn weird to me.
And it's probably just going to keep getting worse before it gets any better.
Oh yeah, I've never understood the whole that guilty by association. Like, watch who your friends are. Like that, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, and does this make sense? Mike Ybarra tweeted out, very few, far less than, well, this is kind of kind of fitting of the X, not thinking of all the rare achievements. Very few, far less than 50% actually finish games they finish games they play. Why don't you finish games you buy/get? Finish equals beating the last boss, etc. And one guy answered and shit. I mean, did he actually block me or something because I replied to him because he's gone? But he basically said that I'm getting older, and I'm as you get older, I think that if a boss takes you more than 10 tries, you move on to the next one. I was like, I don't know. I was like, that might be you, but I was like, I'm 41 years old, and I said most of my games that I play are at like not only just beat, but they're usually 100%. Not. It's like I don't know why you would just willingly give up because you can't beat a boss.
Oh, this conversation. Yeah. You're like, yeah, I'm in my 40s and I beat my games.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't.
He blocked you?
I guess so, because I'm looking through the replies of Mike Ybarra now, and his tweet isn't there. Like,
oh fuck.
And usually that's whenever I can't see. I'm gonna have to go back to like my
Mike
tweets
Ybarra
to see.
blocked you?
Not Mike. No, the guy that replied to Mike.
Wouldn't that be something?
Like, damn,
Oh,
Rambo,
no, he
you're
didn't
getting on exec's nerves now? The fuck, man?
Okay, no, he didn't block me. For some reason, I just didn't see it. He said the older you get, the less patience you have. If I can't beat a boss after 10 tries, that game goes on the shelf, so to speak. And I was like, what did I say? I said, that may be true for you, but I'm 41 and I don't just give up because a boss is too difficult. I get my games most generally to 100%. But that makes, I mean, that right there is kind of telling if 50% of the games played on Xbox aren't finished. Less than 50, or more than 50% of the games that are purchased and bought and actually started up on the Xbox platform are not finished. That would explain all those rare achievements. And that's kind of telling too. Like, how do you? I don't know. I just. I don't know. It's just foreign to me to think that you start a game, but you just never finish it because
you lose your patience for it.
Yeah,
like, I don't. I mean, I lose my patience a lot, right? Like,
yeah.
What I'll do is I'll shelve it for a little bit, and then I'll go back to it and beat it.
Exactly.
You know, that's just how I am.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Cuphead. Like, it's frustrating as hell.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna go back to that shit. Yeah.
I'm not quitting. I'm not gonna quit playing it. I'm just gonna play it in spurts because I can't do it. I can't do that whole game at one sitting because I would need new Xboxes and new TVs and controllers and probably a marriage because my wife would probably divorce me after.
No.
That game is full of rage-inducing. Like every fucking level.
Yeah, guys, in case you're wondering why this looks a little different, this is the Xbox version.
What's the Xbox version of what?
PUBG.
Oh.
Like, cause it's already like going like real slow, cause it's the parachuting phase, and you know that's like the worst part of the match. So. But I figured I'm playing it. I might as well just show him.
That's
I-
awesome.
I just cannot get into that game, like, by myself. Like, I've tried, but I just...
May I suggest you don't play it by yourself?
Yeah, I'm thinking that is definitely a thing that I'm going to take heed on.
I mean, I can understand it because it does look like a game that would be pretty damn boring if you weren't playing with friends.
Yeah, like I mean, it's not even like your typical shooter. Like sometimes like you can go for like almost like what feels like almost a whole match without even seeing anybody.
Oh no, that it doesn't feel like it can be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like by the time you're like going, man, I'm doing, but like there's only like 25 people left. Like sweet, like then all of a sudden when that thing closes into where you're all stuck in like in a tiny Call of Duty map. That's whenever you all of a sudden like see everybody. But shit, you can wander around from house to building, and like just not have any problems at all.
Yep.
Yeah, Chris, we definitely do. Like I said, like the evening times aren't really the best time for me to like late evening because my granddaughter sleeps in the same room for now. So like if you ever see me on you're in the afternoon or whatever, like or even morning time because I'm on pretty much all the time. Let me know when we can get down and play a game at that time instead of like late at night. I know most people game late at night, but I still game late and I just can't do the multiplayer thing right now. Once I move and get my game set up into a place without my granddaughter in the room, then I'll be able to. My granddaughter and my wife. My wife doesn't typically like for me to be yelling and screaming while
Right.
she's asleep.
Man,
So are
what
you
a
gonna
buzzkill.
be getting into a place where you're gonna have your own space, or?
Well, I'm not sure if we talked about even if we get a house like with even a garage, like, because you can put up like those makeshift walls in the
Yeah.
garage, like, and basically
the panel
making
walls.
basically making it to where like I have my own little square inside the garage, and then I can put a space heater in there, and then even a little fake little air conditioner thing in there, to where I'd have my own little space, and it wouldn't be like in the middle of the garage in the wide open area. But then it'd make it a lot easier to where I'm away from like all the TVs and whatnot, to where if I am talking loud or whatever, then I'm not going to disturb anybody.
Oh, okay. That'd be good.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it'd be nice if I could. I mean, there's no way. The only way I'm ever going to afford a house that everybody has their own bedrooms and I get a game room is to win a lottery. Because at this point, with all the number of kids we have and the game room, it would like I'm approaching mansion level house size. I'm not sure if there's too many houses I can go get it like a 7-bedroom house.
Mm-hmm. Wait, you said a 7-bedroom house?
That's what I would need to have my own game room.
Damn, son, that would be a good, cool, what, $2,000 a month, maybe?
That would probably be more than $2,000 a month.
Yeah, in
Depending on who your
California, that's
realtor
like
is.
5 or 6.
I was gonna say it depends, cause yeah, like Texas, you could probably find a 2-story house with more than 7 bedrooms. Buy one for like $30,000. In California, yeah, fucking it'd be $5-6 a month easy.
So that's not even. I mean, even around here, and I live in Oklahoma, and like we can find a 5-bedroom house, but the bedrooms are real small.
Yeah.
But to get into the 7-bedroom level, you're looking at a mansion or a custom built home.
Mine's a custom-built home. I love it.
I know we have a place here called Galardia, and you can't even get it. Like you can't even go in there to look at the houses, and unless you have them by appointment. And if you get in there by appointment, if you want to say, if you're interested in saying buying a house, you have to have $1 million in the bank.
Man.
Yeah, it's chump
And I'm
change
like,
nowadays, right?
I was like, that's a housing condition I will never live in. because I'd be getting so close to 1 million, and then PlayStation and Xbox would launch a big sale, and I'd be like, fuck.
Now I have $2.
Yeah. Hey, we gotta start over.
Garage idea is good though.
Yeah, I figured that since you you don't really have to nail. Like I was actually thinking like you could actually do the 2x4s, and
Or
build
even
like
just, like thick blankets, just kind of drape them over.
Yeah, but I figured like with the blankets, the heat would stay in the winter.
Yeah.
But I figured that if I if I move, it'll be like in February, and then it'll get closer to the warmer months.
Yeah.
But if I build like the just makeshift walls, put some cheap insulation in them, build them like basically from the ceiling to the ground, but don't actually nail them in, just nail them together.
Yeah.
And then like what do you call it? Like that's where you anchor them in. To do that to where they won't fall down, but it would be like a little cubby and basically just have an open door that I could put like a blanket in front of, and then have a little plug in there for my space heater or a little. You have those little plug-in air conditioners too, like the ones that are kind of like a space heater.
Right.
Yeah, the
But I was
ductless
thinking,
air conditioners. Yeah.
yeah. But how does it work though? Like, how would you think it would work? Like, as far as like leaving my gaming equipment in the garage without the space heater or the air conditioner continuously running?
Just cover it up with a blanket.
Do you think the extreme heat in the garage would ruin anything?
No, I don't think. I mean, maybe if you had your consoles in a teeny tiny little cubby where it didn't get a lot of airflow and it was hot, I could see maybe something happening, but it should be all right.
Because I mean, mine would. I plan on having it to where like they are now, to where they're on top of everything, to where
Yeah, if they're in
they
open
get maximum air.
I don't see that being a problem.
Yeah, Caesar would probably be about a year, probably.
About a year, probably, till what?
To build a house, depending on the size, of course.
I don't know. Nowadays, they have those units they can just put on a truck, and you get like 2 or 3 pieces, and then they put them together, and it's fucking house. I mean,
yeah, those HUD homes like get built really fast.
Even in California, if you got like $100,000, you can have a pretty big fucking modular home.
They have those what they call concrete dome homes that are like super fucking cost effective. I mean, only thing you're really paying for is labor. That's how cheap they are, and they just pour into a giant fucking rebar / concrete mold. And I mean, it looks fucking amazing, dude. Like, the things that these people are doing with these homes, like, and you could buy more than one. Like, you could buy like one room, which is like it's like 10 grand, I think, for one room. People are like building like little fucking miniature like housing complexes and shit with these things in other countries. I was looking at them and I was thinking about that shit. I was like, like, why don't we do shit like that over here, man? Concrete homes, sturdy, they look beautiful. The temperatures stay pretty damn good all year round.
Say, concrete's a great insulator.
Yeah, dude. Like,
especially like if
they look amazing too. Yeah.
And if you can run, if you can get a hot water heating system and run pipes through the concrete, like, dude, keep the house nice and toasty in the winter, and it stays cool in the summer.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, they're these houses. Like, if you had a chance, look them up on YouTube, dude. Like, they have them in South America, I think, and I do believe they're starting to get them here. And they look absolutely amazing. Like, it's just a simple looking house, nothing too fabulous, And if you want anything added to it, you can. Like, you just pay an extra 10 grand or whatever it takes. They'll form you a room, and they'll attach it, and you're done. Like, it's that simple. I dig the little modular home type setups like that, and then they even have the 2-story jobs that they do, where they fucking they connect this shit, by the time you're done, it looks like a fucking hamster maze. But it looks fucking cool though. Like, and then it's spacious as fuck. Like, it's one of those houses that like they look really small on the outside, but when you look inside, it's like, god damn, there's a lot of space in there. I think that's pretty cool. I like that shit.
Have you seen those things where they call like they're called tiny homes or whatever?
Fuck that
It's
shit.
basically like a one bedroom, it's not even a one bedroom house. It's like just
It's kind of like a studio apartment almost.
yeah, but it's a house.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've
that would
seen
be
them make
perfect.
them out of like
That'd be perfect for a game room.
Yeah, they could. I mean, they cost like $60,000 or $70,000, and I'm like,
Oh,
why would you
My
spend 60 to
two-story-
70?
bro, my 2-story costs 80. Like, why the fuck would I want to invest that much money into something that small?
Well, I
I've
don't know,
seen
I was,
some that are made out of old shipping containers.
yeah,
Oh
And
yeah,
they
the
said
shipping
that they
containers
were
are
only
cool.
like a couple of grand for like the basic one, and I mean there were people who had like 4 of them. They'd stack 4 of them in a 2x2, and it's practically a regular house.
Yeah. We were talking about that the other day, Pete, with Grim when we were talking about that shit with like we were looking online for a buddy of ours to because he wants to do something like that, and we found some on eBay that were like some of them were like really high price, some of them were like only a few grand.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. Like just but. You know what, Rambo? With all the games that you buy, like you should just stop buying games for like a year and buy one of those for your gaming room.
I mean, he's probably got enough to last him that whole year with plenty to spare.
Dude, it'll take him a lifetime to finish what
well,
he has.
now, does it cost like $2,000 or for the container?
The whole unit, yeah,
or-
just for the whole unit. Yeah, it's the whole unit. They ship it to your house, and they'll set it down where you want it set down at.
Yeah, that
Hmm.
that lag was pretty horrible. And then for some reason, my character wouldn't switch to the grenade because I was just gonna throw the grenade in the house. But
Yeah, that might actually be an idea. Like I mean, like I know the tiny houses people, like those are people that a lot of the ones I've seen on the TV that were building them
Yeah.
were older people that were or single people that like to travel, but they don't
Mhm.
like to fly, so they would actually
Yeah, it's
build
perfect
it
for
on
that,
a
yeah.
build it on a trailer, and then
Happy New Year, Cyrus. Thanks for coming
he
by,
can
buddy.
basically haul his house around all he wants and make an extra house when he gets it, which is cool. But I don't know if I'd spend $60,000 on a house that only
Yeah,
I
that-
could fit in.
That's kind of pricey. But I mean, hey, if that's
You can build your own ship, but like you can literally build your own ship for like a fraction of that. They actually priced some of these out, and the contractors were making. They found out contractors were making fucking twice the asking amount for a house, just because they were spending so little on materials. Like it was ridiculous. There's one dude in Los Angeles that was building tiny houses for the homeless, and it was so popular, and so it was such a fast-growing project that he started, that the city demanded that they get taken down and destroyed. So he had to go and like run through and save which ones he could, just so he can get these people a place to live because the city wasn't helping them enough. They were saying that these are you know, they're safety hazards.
of course.
Wow.
What? You were kind of robot in there, Rambo. What'd you say? That hotel internet, right?
Yup.
Wake up into Hotel California.
Such a lovely place. What was that I saw on Facebook? Like, Hotel California is basically just a really bad Yelp review.
That's pretty funny.
Oh, that was an interesting present I got for Christmas. Thank you, GoGet, for reminding me. My girlfriend's kids got me one of the swords from Sword Art Online.
Oh,
that's
really?
cool.
Yeah, the black one. that
The
Kirito
black
has.
sword,
the one
or
he-
is it a black kid? Just so we're clear.
No, the black sword.
Oh, all right, all right.
Yeah, thought that was really cool. I gotta go see if they have the other one though. Apparently, like they're going out of business. It's like one of those gift shops that carries all kinds of swords and posters and probably like
the mud.
NFL merchandise and shit like that.
The mud? What are you talking about? I thought, the poop G's is like El Numero Uno on the Xbox.
Oh, I have never seen it like this. I mean, I've seen
Wow.
people's videos like that, but never like while I'm playing.
Of course, because it's safe, like safety hazard. Of course, for some reason, I just pop up.
That's funny.
That's how it was. The first night on the S with me, like I told you, like it was like I would stand there next to a building like that, and it would literally like become a transformer because it would turn from the
Oh my
mud
gosh,
to
earthquake,
something
I
else to
guess?
something else. Oh, and I also thought about like a way to like I could even buy like one of those like go to Lowe's or whatever and buy like one of their little sheds.
Yeah.
And then,
Those get kind of expensive though. Like you wouldn't think that they would be.
well, we
but-
saw one like around like the $1,400 mark, like installed or whatever. And if I could just have them come out there and like install it for the 1,400 or whatever, and then like just like a little small one would be perfect for put a window air unit in there, and it'd be
Right.
perfect for to keep all the gaming stuff in the backyard. I would have to, of course, like have an electrician come out and run a line from like a jumper line or whatever to that. Actually, I think I'd have to have a new account, wouldn't I? Like
I
it would
don't
have to
know
have
what
its own. It would probably have to have its own meter box.
Like I know in California, it's a huge pain in the ass if you want to put anything in one of those storage sheds that's like electrical or water or anything like that.
I'd have to check.
There's special rules for that kind of stuff.
I'll have to call into the
Later, Chris.
electricity department or whatever to see what's it called, to see what type of requirements that need to be met.
You have a basic understanding of that kind of thing. Just go turn off all the fuses, get an extension cord, cut both ends off, wire that into your house, and then wire it.
Yeah, boy, we got
Yes.
some redneck shit going on in here. Don't worry,
Dude.
it's not a fire hazard.
That's
Yeah,
how
that'll
my
totally
grandpa
be
taught
legal.
me how to get power to our garage when I was growing up. And it,
Yeah,
the house never caught on fire, not once.
yeah, but if I did that, as soon as I plugged it into my shed would just go, just like right, it'd be like looking like California wildfires.
Oh, did you guys hear about the who started the wildfires in SoCal?
No.
No,
Illegal immigrant that had been deported 5 times.
wow.
They don't know how many he did or to what extent he was involved with multiple.
How does
but they
how does
know.
somebody get busted for starting a fire if he's not around to be caught? Like, what does he do? Like, go brag about it?
Oh, yes,
Yeah, I
I
don't
burned down Disneyland.
I burned that bitch down.
Like, ASA, Walt Disney was the oppression of my people. Fuck California, say it became more than sunny the other day.
No, I
He
got
had
that
Mexican-
motherfucker.
He had Mexicans in his play.
Oh, I love what
It was
Trump,
cultural appropriation.
the new deal that Trump has given the Democrats, that
shit.
he will give amnesty to all the DACA and all the,
Oh, the Dreamers?
illegals as long as they let him build the wall. I mean,
They're like,
that's a hell of a deal for them.
well, yeah,
Just
but I
all-
mean, that's basically just showing how bad do you really want it.
Yep.
bro, he's using the Democrats' method right now against them. Like, I find
Yep.
that funny.
Because that's,
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
but-
that's the perfect compromise right there. The American people, I mean, the illegals are already here, so it's not like we're letting in anybody that's not here, and the wall keeps more from coming in, and the Democrats get what they want, which so they say. Yeah, just
That's fucking
people
funny,
who
bro.
these people who keep saying Trump doesn't know what he's doing. Nah, you guys just can't see. This guy knows exactly what he's
That's
doing.
fucking funny, bro. Like,
He's playing chess with them while they're playing checkers.
Yeah, he really is.
He,
And I saw that when it was the chemical weapons thing with Assad, because like he did the perfect response for when it was either ISIS or Assad, but whoever the chemical weapons like exploded and it hit the village that it was near or something.
I don't remember that. There's been so much shit that's happened
Oh,
since
I know,
he's been
right?
president. Like,
But yeah, it was I think it was in what was that city that ISIS was holed up in for a long, long time?
Oh, fucking! It was like right in the middle of Iraq, wasn't it? And they
No,
took
it's
over
in the middle
Jordan.
of Syria.
Syria,
Oh,
yeah.
Syria, okay.
Um,
Yeah, because he
I
took over
forgot.
Jordan. That's right. And I got a friend from Jordan that just escaped from that. Yeah, okay.
yeah, and he did the I think it was a joint airstrike with Russia, but he only hit the planes that were down for maintenance, and it didn't kill any people, and it was the perfect response for that, because they couldn't say that he didn't do anything, and therefore he was enabling these horrible dictators to use chemical weapons or whatever, but he didn't kill anybody, and he really didn't even affect their combat readiness, so nobody could say that he was just indiscriminately killing people or anything like. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
He seems to always come up with the perfect response for these situations. I mean, you
There's
can
gotta
only
have some more.
put so much of that on luck,
Well, I mean, okay, so, and that's why I try to tell people, like, they're like, oh, but he went bankrupt 4 times. I'm like, yeah, he went bankrupt 4 times, but he still has more money than you. Think about that real quick. He's already came out and said that the banking system's built by fucking horrible people, right? Like, he's admitted that. He said he does business with them, right? I
And
mean,
he said he's taking advantage of all their loopholes and shit.
yeah,
That's the thing.
like,
You'd be a bad business person if you didn't.
bro, you'd be a bad business person if you went bankrupt 4 times and you went homeless, like straight up. You don't see him starving. Shit, he's got his kids fucking paid for college.
That
He's got
motherfucker eats
grandkids
KFC
for
on a
college.
private jet every day. Damn it.
With
He's
a
not
fork and a knife.
Which
Bruh.
apparently is a huge deal.
And he
But I
drinks
can't hate,
12
though,
Diet
because-
Cokes, name brand.
Because
Yeah, that's a little weird though.
because I eat my KFC with the fork.
Yep. Next time we have
I don't-
KFC, I'm going to use a fork too. And I'm going to say, look, I'm Donald Trump. And
I don't like to get my. I also don't like to get my hands dirty. I don't like to get them greasy.
Bro, like I said,
Later,
you go-
Caesar.
You go bankrupt 4 times and the motherfucker still got money. Like, he did something right.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing. Like, dude, tons of major companies. I mean, how many times has like GM or Ford, or not Ford, but I know GM went bankrupt one time or something like that, and then
hey,
the
you don't
companies
see
go
too many
bankrupt all the
Pontiacs
time.
anymore, do you?
Yeah.
So-
They. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, did you guys want to keep going or
I think we're at this point. We're just trying to.
prolong
We're
it?
just. Yeah. Well. Yeah. We're probably just like talking about little things here and there,
It's
or
like
whatever.
trying to hold back your nut. You know, it just, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't quite put it there, but I mean, if that's where you want to go with it, man, I am not gonna hate on you for that one.
I mean, if you want to hold back your nut, Shane,
See,
go ahead. I
I'm
mean, no
saying
one's
what you're
judging.
thinking. I'm good at that kind of thing.
No, I'm not sure you are.
Ooh, fire bottle. What's in
Something
here?
about Shane and being gay this year. I'm telling you.
I am not
a thing.
gay.
This has been his year of coming out.
You're right, Shane. Because next year you're gonna be a Grand Dragon. Hashtag.
I'm not
Shaner,
even quite sure what that is, just so we're clear. But apparently I'm gonna be one.
Hashtag. Shane. Wait, how are we gonna do that? Fire breathing Shane or Grand Dragon Shane? How do you guys want to do that?
Yeah,
Fuck it.
let's-
I'll make you guys come up with a hashtag, but make it trending. Come on, we gotta make that shit trending.
Yeah, no, we really don't.
Yeah, actually, y'all need to tell y'all's Me Too story about Shane and tag him, but make sure you tag Lena Dunham in it and a couple of the Fem Frequency and shit to make sure that
Bro.
that way they can see what type of person he actually is.
Bro, that shit was funny. They're like, Shane touched my wiener. Hashtag me too. Oh, that's a good one. And make sure you guys thumbs up the video, please. That'd be great. Get some thumbs up in here. Up in here.
Up in here. Up in.
Up in here.
Oh wait,
And,
I'm hosting it, huh?
Yeah, it's your.
Yeah,
host.
so
Oh.
so however you want to end it, Shane.
Well,
It's
I
your
don't-
chance.
I don't really have. Just make sure you tweet Rambo lots of Haagen dogs.
Why